Hey, 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 out there in Twitchland. How are we doing this fine Tuesday evening? Oh, where's my water bottle? Hang on, I'll be right back. I've failed to plan here. And we're back with a water bottle this time. Here we go. But Astroneer still hasn't launched. What's going on? There we go, loading the solar system. Much better. Pick up save 7. Alright, so plan for today is to get to the moon. Dun dun dun. The moon. And everything that is going to entail. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to need is a large printer. Three compound. So a large printer, and then out of the large printer, I'm going to need to print a rocket. A small shuttle. I've already unlocked that. It's going to require 2 aluminium. And I don't think I currently have aluminium. I do have 2 aluminium. Look at that. To power the rocket, I'm going to need, out of the small printer, going to need a solid fuel thruster, which is going to require another aluminium and an ammonium, which I don't have any ammonium at the moment, so I have to go and find that. So I'm going to need more aluminium and some ammonium. The ammonium will be on the surface. Oh, look. This little thing started to grow. Cool. The ammonium will be on the surface, but the laterite, the aluminium, will be below the surface. You know what I need as well? I need one of these things that figures out what flat land looks like. A leveling block. How do I... That is interesting. Creates terrain that aligns to the voxel grid. I don't want it to align to the voxel grid. I want it to align to... I want it to align to actual flat. So that's not what I needed to do. That needs to go back on there. And if it wasn't the leveling block, and it's not the tapper, it's not the packager or the printer, nope, none of that. Boost mod, wide mod, narrow mod, inhibitor, alignment mod requires zinc. Let's get some zinc and make an alignment mod. Get underground and flat becomes kind of difficult to determine. There's a small shuttle ready to go. It will take an oxygen generator. I should definitely make sure I have one of those, and I will require a thing. What is the thing it needs? It needs something to thrust. It's a consumable. The thruster is consumable. Let's take the boost mod off there and put the alignment mod on. Control. We're gonna need some. Oh, the alignment mod means it's automatically on. Nope. So if I put the alignment mod on, then it automatically goes straight up or straight down, I think. But where's the straight bit? Is it that? Probably good enough. There's some laterite under there. Oh, there's no laterite under there. Expecting challenges on the moon surface. Not particularly, because we're in space already. The challenge is getting to the moon and then having the infrastructure I need once I get there. Oh, where's the laterite? Right at the moment, what I need is to find some. Hey, Sophia. Sorry. Welcome, Ellen. Sophia. Elena. Sophia. Sorry about you over there in YouTube land. I miss the YouTube chats all the time. I have notifications running for Twitch chats. I'm mostly on Twitch. I'm sorry I missed you there. Hopefully you haven't left, although I do see that my viewership just dropped. Well, apologies. And welcome anybody who's out there in the YouTubes watching tonight. See if we can find some aluminium, some laterite to make some aluminium with to get this moon run going. There we go. Break through into the next chamber there. Let's see if we can find some laterite. That's some sapphirite. Why you wanna give me the run around? Oh, we're a long way up in this cavern. What was that? What was that light I saw over in the distance there? I just saw some compound. I'm going to need that for tethers while I'm down here. Perhaps that was a little too much. Let's see. Not a printer, not a leveling block, not a tapper. Tethers. Oh, I took damage there. It was quite a lot of damage, actually. A little too close to those when I blew them up. $46 for that research there. A long way down here. I've gone way further than one should need to do to find laterite on Sylvia. Let's see what's good here. Debris. Sapphirite. Laterite. Not really a big deal to find either of those things. Once I find a spawn, I should get a whole lot of them. Some carbon there. Hey Matthew, welcome in. Sorry, didn't react to your comment over there on YouTube instantly. Keep saying this to YouTube drop-ins. I actually probably should turn on the notifications on the YouTube side because I miss way more drop-ins on YouTube than I do on Twitch. My Twitch crew are fairly regular, and it's YouTube where I seem to see new people all the time. So I should probably do something about setting that up so that I don't miss those comments. What's going on here? Why can't I pick this up? There we go. What do you got on there that's interesting? You got one of these curious items. A narrow mod. Research item. 352 bytes of research. That's all that I care about there, and some laterite off in the distance. See what I've got on here that I don't need. I don't need a leveling block. That was a silly discovery. That boost mod can go back onto the power thing there. We can make some more tethers and drop that compound. Actually, put that compound into the printer. That'll do. Sapphirite under there, laterite under there. Wait, is laterite the mineral that... What's that symbol look like? It is. Laterite is the mineral that I need to unlock the box thing that's right by the place where I entered the underground. Actually, I'm full, aren't I? There's no space for anything else. Alright, so we're going back. Oh, there's more laterite over there. It is a long way down, an unnecessarily long way down, though. How much laterite do I need? It's a 1-to-1, and I can't honestly carry an awful lot. I can only, like, carry half a dozen in my backpack at a time. I think I only need one to be able to get the rocket to the moon. So half a dozen is fine. But I do look forward to being able to automate that process. I don't know that there is a good way to scan for laterite, actually, Alicia, which is like one of the biggest missing things here. Actually, I did see something in the research table for some kind of a scanner, which was never there before. I've never had access to a scanner that I recall from previous times that I've played here, so there may be a scanner now. I don't know. But there never was previously. You just said I had to wander around or walk through the caves and hope you saw a sign of it on the surface. Yeah. Light is probably a good landmark for the laterite. Maybe. I can drop a beacon once I find it. Well, that's weird. Is that the aurora, or is that some kind of a shell around? Very weird. Okay, so now I'm looking for ammonia. I should put all the printers together. It would make life a little bit easier. Because right now I can't even find the other printer that I'm looking for. There is. Okay, this needs a aluminium and ammonia for a solid fuel thruster. And an oxygenator requires aluminium and ceramic. Do I have any ceramic left? I don't, but there was clay not far away. I went searching all over the place for clay early on, and then discovered that there was some like right here. There. Alright, print the oxygenator. Okay, oxygenator's up. We just need the ammonia now to be able to... Just need the ammonia to be able to make the solid fuel thruster. Now, I found ammonia here previously. If I take the buggy, then I don't need to take compound for making tethers. Oh, I could head up to the North Pole, though. Man, the wind power is so unreliable. I need batteries. I left a whole lot of batteries at... Where did I leave all the batteries, Alicia? It was equator number 1. Is that right? That sounds right. Let's take a quick look at what's going on with these. Yep, all of these... Oh, no, 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 don't give it to me. All the small generators are running perfectly on organics. Let's do this. Let's put the battery back on the buggy. Let's take the buggy to the closest panel and to the closest... No, closest, whatever they call the things. And I should be able to teleport across the planet. What is going on with that? That's... Aurora thing is wild, and it's actually starting to get a little bit alarming. So the buggy is ready to go. I'm going to go and pick up all the batteries from Equator 1, and then I'm going to come back here. Okay, so the closest... place to get a... see if I can find myself some ammonia while I'm on the way. Oh dear, I'm breaking the world. Global stability is at 9%, 5%. Oh, it's dropping. Oh, it went back up again. 1%. Down, up. Oh dear. I don't know what I'm doing. I should stop triggering those. here I am at the whatever this thing is called. I'll see if I can go to equatorial odd stone node. They are nodes. Surface elevation equator 1. Equator 1. I didn't take note of where I was, though. So we'll try equator 4. It's not equator 4. It's not equator 4. It's not equator 1. Equator 3. There it is. Equator 3. So I've got the batteries now that should allow me to power up the North Pole. I just need to grab all that stuff and head out. We'll take the tractor, which is nowhere near as mobile as the buggy is, but it allows me to carry so much more. Just need some resin. Where did I see a whole bunch of resin just in the last couple of minutes? Oops. Alright, head back now and make myself a little wee platform to go on the tractor, and then we'll head out to the north, towards the North Pole. We will turn on the North Pole node if I get that far, and if not, we're gonna, along the way, gonna collect up some ammonium for the solid fuel thruster for our little rocket thing. Alright, to the North Pole. Turn the compass on. Now, if I remember right, we're likely to find the ammonia on the edge of forests and mountains. Seems like where I've found it in the past. Maybe that's just random. Matthew Abrams, hey, how you doing out there, sir? I hope I picked that up over there on YouTube before you gave up on trying to catch my attention. Welcome into the stream. Multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube, and most of my attention sits on Twitch. I'll be honest. Doesn't really back up very well, but that should be fine. Does need to back up more than that. That's a very big hole for my little tractor to fall down into. Two of them side by side. How do I tackle the big hole with a tractor? Well, thankfully, this game gives us a terrain... Oh, look, there's some graphite. I'll grab that while I'm here. This game gives us a terrain manipulator tool. It's like a drill, and I can use it to extract resources and knock down bits of the terrain, but also to generate terrain. So I can... when I have a big hole, if I can't go around it, I can either knock out a bit of the hill that's stopping me from being able to go around it, or I can use the terrain tool to pave right over the top of it and create a bridge. The real key is to not fall into the hole in the first place. It's not too hard to deal with a hole if you see it coming. If you get caught out, though, that can cause a problem. And there is the snapvine seed that I needed for the snail habitat. That looks like a crashed satellite, not the remains of a base. And it has an auto arm in it, and some dynamite, and some copper. I'll grab the copper. We'll grab the dynamite as well. So the question that you had earlier, Alicia, about how do I find laterite? Well, it applies equally to how do I find ammonium, which is what I need right now. Oh man, the sky does not look good. I think I've done bad things, but I don't know what I've done. But it doesn't look good. Ooh, that was almost a big hole that I fell in. Wee. Yeah, chaos in the making, absolutely. The sky looks like it's made up of shattered crystals at the moment. It's a little bit alarming, actually. starting to worry about what it is that I've done here. Ugh. I don't know what the deal is there, Alicia. The database, well, apparently, most of um the commands that you use don't work for you. They do work, but they don't work for whatever reason for you. Like when you use the dad joke database, we get an undefined response back. Now let's power up the... Oh, I did. I did arms and shoulders today, and I hurt. Alright, that is all of the surface nodes turned on now. So we have Equator 1, Equator 2, Equator 1, Equator 2, Equator 3, Equator 4, North, which is where we are right now, and South. All turned on. The center node is dim, so that's interesting. Dim node, interior. I guess that means we need to go inside. Journey to the center of the earth, as it were. But I need to find ammonium. Somewhat more importantly than finding this node here, in fact. Oh, wait. I don't need to find ammonium. I have a soil centrifuge. So let's head back to the base. And of course, having come to that conclusion, I now will get almost back to the base and then find some ammonium. Because that's how it works once you don't need it anymore. Once you don't need it anymore, you find it, but also you find it as really close to where you started looking, even though you went all over the place. Journey to the center of the Earth. We're not going to do Journey to the center of the Earth today. We're off to the moon today, but Journey to the center of the Earth is indeed coming up. I would like to have a rover and a paver before I try and do a Journey to the center of the Earth. It's so much easier when you can make your own roads. There's some ammonium. Randomly inside a collapsed spaceship. Crashed spaceship. running out of breath. One ammonium, which is enough to get me a solid thruster to get me to the moon. But it's not exactly a reliable source. Crash spaceship? Yeah, maybe a satellite would be a better description. There's lots of them all over the place here, the nature of the game. Gotta take the boost off, because it sucks up the battery when I'm not actually, like, close to the tractor here. Hey, Crow, we still don't like Nick Cage. I'm down with that. I'm totally with you. Yeah, Nick Cage, not my favorite either. So not my favorite either. And I also am not a big fan of Pedro Pascal, although different reasons. He's certainly got more range than Cage does as an actor. Um, but I'm not sure if you remember, but a while back there was a movie where Nick Cage played himself and Pedro Pascal played a which is about perfect because that's about the only character that Nicolas Cage can play, is himself. And Pascal played a drug dealer who was a huge fan. It was weird, but anyway, it was it was like the worst possible movie ever, as far as I was concerned. You like The Mandalorian, but you don't. He doesn't do anything in The Mandalorian, and he threw a tissy fit that his character was masked. Uh, Whatever, man. You didn't really want to be in Star Wars at all. David Prowse wore that mask for 3 movies, and you never saw his face. When they finally took his mask off, they put somebody else's face in it. So, like, who do you think you're like more important than Darth Vader? I don't mind the Mandalorian show. I am glad that they have a new Mandalorian. I thought that the story wasn't good. It like the whole Grogu thing was terrible, frankly. Although I didn't mind the whole idea of like the spaghetti westerny kind of thing where the Mandalorian is just this outlaw dude who moves from town to town. Sebastian Shaw may have played Anakin Skywalker after the mask was taken off, but he was not Darth Vader. David Prowse was Darth Vader. And I'll fight you on that one. David Prowse got screwed, royally screwed, and it was really unfair. But yeah, there were moments in The Mandalorian. Why do they keep going back to Tatooine? Come on, if there's a bright center to the galaxy, to the Empire, then this is the place furthest from it. Why do we keep going back to Tatooine? It made no sense at all. Yeah, yeah. So yes, so Sebastian Shaw did play the face of Anakin Skywalker when they took the mask off, but David Prowse played Darth Vader, like the full the Darth Vader, through all three movies, and was truly phenomenal. The guy was just a bodybuilder. He wasn't like an actor or anything, and yet he did absolutely everything with no face and no voice, and still had these incredible performances. I'm a huge fan of what David Prowse was able to do. And disappointed that when they took the mask off, they didn't let him be the face. And not that Shaw did like anything wrong at all. It's not. There's no complaint against him or his work or anything there. Like the decision was not his, and he did a perfectly good job. So I haven't seen the new one with the kids. We cancelled our Disney Plus. I heard Ashoka was really bad. Um, and but Andor is good. I like Andor. Um, and I'm looking forward to that one coming back. Obi-Wan was fine, but not special. It didn't do the franchise a disservice at all. It was just fine. Um, but the one with the kids, the final Obi-Wan fight, it was so cool, right? To see like Darth Vader come in there, and I love that they got Hayden Christensen back to play Darth Vader. I think that was true. Like that is like a commitment to your actors and what they've gone through to be here that I would have liked to see in Return of the Jedi for Prowse. The voice transition it was really good, and then you just saw the power of him when that ship was taking off, and he just went, woof. Yeah, like Vader's strong, man. Anakin was strong, and I heard a thing from George Lucas the other day saying how well, like, yeah, uh, Anakin was supposed to bring balance, was supposed to kill the Sith and bring balance to the Force, and everyone was like all wound up because he turned to the dark side. But like, look at his story. Look at where he ended at the end of Empire, at the end of Return of the Jedi. He did destroy the Sith. Like, it was him and the Emperor, and he killed them both. That was the Sith. Anakin killed the Sith. I don't know that he brought balance to the force, but he finished the job. All right, let's get another ammonium. 1 ammonium from a full tank of soil. The return rate is pretty low. He was the chosen one. Use the force. Alright, do I have 2 aluminium to be able to make the solid fuel thrusters? Yes. Bring a second solid fuel thruster with me. What else do I need? When I land on DeSolo, I'm going to need tethers. I've got 2 full stacks of tethers now. I don't have 2 full stacks of tethers. Right, now I've got 2 full stacks of tethers. Let's get some resin for making things like a small printer and getting started there. What else am I going to need? I'm going to need power. There's no organic on DeSolo. Power, sun high. So let's bring some solar with me. Small solars or medium solar? Let's bring small solar with me. Where did I put the tractor? Small solar seems like a good choice, you think? Yeah, the small solar, you can put them directly on the ground, which makes life a whole lot easier. So I don't have to worry about building platforms for them. Small solar. To make some, I would need copper. Okay, that's... We got oxygen, I got tethers, I've got a spare rocket, we got some power, got some stuff to build a platform, and I've got stuff to build a small printer. So let's launch to another planet. To the moon! Ha ha! Oh, the cracked crystal stuff appears to be around the entire solar system, not just around the planet. Oh dear, what have I done? Traveling to DeSolo. What is that over there? Node? Looks like 2 nodes on DeSolo. Okay, well, I don't know what that is, but we'll land at this natural landing site over here. Oh, it's down in a hole. Alright, we have arrived on the moon. Woohoo! Alright, that there, I don't know if it counts as actually flat, but it will do as my starter base. No power. Does this thing not produce power? It doesn't. It produces only oxygen. Those produce power, though. Alright, let's print the printer. Strategy for resource. So the first thing I need is compound, a little bit of compound and a little bit of resin, just to get everything moving along. I need to get some platforms built fairly quickly so that I can have somewhere to put the oxygenator for a start. Getting the oxygenator onto a platform is going to be a big deal. Go and get the oxygenator from down here. Alright, so now I've got power coming through the... well, as long as there's sun, there is power coming through the oxygen line, so that's an important step. There we go, sun's out, power comes up. Get some good haul of resin, as long as we got the sunlight. That's it. Second one of those platforms. Come back home. Now, compound. Can I see some compound? Scanning, scanning, scanning. That looks like sapphirite right on the surface here on DeSolo. Oh, look. That's a solid fuel jump jet. Woohoo! That's our little personal rocket there. That was a nice find. Oh, and there's some compound as well. These things look like pop coral, but they're dagger root. Alright, so there's some compound, and then I'll have to think about what I need here. Here comes the sun, and with the sun comes the power. So I found some compound, but it's apparently super low density because I'm not getting much. Well, that appears to be about all of it, but we got more than none. Oh, there's more over there. So if I need it, or when I need it, we can get to that. Do I like this? Yes, I do. I do like Astroneer. I've played through 3 times already. This would be my 4th, I think. Since I first played it on Game Pass. In fact, I played it on Game Pass at a time where I didn't even know really what Game Pass was, and I bought it. Instead of, it's on Game Pass, but I bought it on Game Pass at a discount, at a Game Pass discount, but it's still on Game Pass, and I bought it way back. So I've had this for years, and I've played through it many times, and I do really, really enjoy it, yes. It's this exploration, survival, base building, automation. It's a great mix for me. All right, so what do we need on DeSolo? Tether, flatten. Catalog is Q. No, that's not. I knew that. What's the... Oh, R might have what I'm looking for. It does. Research catalog. No, that was not the thing I wanted. But the mission log was what I was looking for. Wolframite for tungsten on DeSolo, which is the moon. Okay, so we're going for Wolframite, which is found in caves on DeSolo. I really need to get some batteries. That's better access to ammonium than I... Oh, look, there's... Oh, way more ammonium on the surface here as well. Free ammonium. Probably enough to get me through to the next little section here. More ammonium than I can deal with. Find a vehicle data recorder. Got some exo chips out of that one. But that didn't take me below ground, which is what was on my list of things to do. Oh, I can I can make a storage platform to make it easier to carry things back to Earth, to Sylvia. My cute little research center that I spent quite a while building on Sylvia is going to have to be replaced fairly quickly with something on one of these planets here. These are... the research items are worth so much more as you get away from Earth. I am swimming in ammonium now. Interesting, isn't it? How, I mean, that's good game design, right? You spend ages trying to figure out how to get one thing to get to the next location, and then as soon as you get there, the thing that was the hold-up is suddenly not a hold-up anymore. That's a great solar panel, but it's got nothing to connect it to, unfortunately. This might be the rover. Might be a... Look, there's a couple of things inside that are useful. A solar panel. A solar... Yeah, solar panel. And a research item as well. If I can get the camera to go to the right place. There we go. So the ammonium at the moment is the only use that I'm aware of for it is to make the solid fuel thrusters that are needed to power the rocket ship. But I'm gonna need those solid fuel thrusters to get around to multiple planets in the near future. I don't need... and I just picked up as a random drop on the surface here just now, a solid fuel jump jet, which means I can... it's like a little rocket booster pack for my character, not just for spaceflight. So that's good. That means I can get out of holes. if I find myself falling. And that will require more of those same solid fuel thrusters. So that's, again, use for the ammonium. Can't tell if I'm pointing down. I suppose the only indication you have is the angle at which the character is standing. It's the only indication as to what kind of angle the ground that you've been drilling is on. You get to a point as well where you've been drilling this land for a while, and what you thought was a slight downward angle, because of the curvature of the earth, is no longer down at all. I'm going uphill now. Like I was going downhill. Have I played No Man's Sky? Yeah, I played No Man's Sky through once, and I started it again recently. Although I haven't found myself being like dragged into it, but I do have a new character, a new save that I'm playing through currently. I'd love a spirit level. If you get yourself a rover with a paver on it, you do get a spirit level. And that's another reason to do that before you try and go too much down. I have not, so my character is new, and I don't have the drives that I would need to get to a purple star at the moment, but I am really looking forward to that. Why am I tunneling? I'm trying to find a cave system. I'm trying to break through into a cave system, because the cave systems on this planet, this is the moon, if you will, is where the wolframite, which is the source of tungsten, is found, and I need tungsten. And I would have expected to have broken into a cave system by now, actually. It's probably easier at this point to run around the surface and look for a cave that opens to the surface. Like, there's one there, right there. There's a cave. So I just gotta get some compound to make some tethers so I can have oxygen. And then I will abandon the tunnel that I've been making and make my way over to that naturally occurring cavern that I just saw there. There was some compound out here. Yeah, there it is. Good. All right, there we go. That got me some tethers. How did that happen? Oh, it came off there. Yeah, I should have turned up some results by the time that by that stage. In the absence of results, that was not worth continuing. Gotta know when to walk away. Now, where did I see that cavern? There. It's ridiculously hard in this game, like comically hard, to be able to tell when you're drilling down towards this, like when you're drilling down, when you're building a tunnel that's going down. Oh no! Oh no! That cave didn't go anywhere. bummer, dude. Ah, however, that one did. So, this is what I was hoping my my tunnel would break into. I'm still going to have to do some work here, apparently, because this tunnel is... This little cave system here is not part of the tunnel, the ground, the actual caves that I need to be in. So I've got to do a little bit of work to get to the ground. $84 bytes. That's better than the 50 that I'm getting on Sylvia. That's some laterite over there, which is aluminium. Not what I need right now. That's quartz crystal there, which I haven't dug up any of, but I don't really need right now either. What we're looking for is wolframite. Ah, that looks like something new. That is indeed wolframite, and that's what I've been looking for. So that is, there we go, there's a knight. So when you build yourself a chessboard, you have to discover all of these characters, these pieces. You can play chess. Little mini games that you can play inside the game if you're playing multiplayer. Chess and soccer and... I just found laterite, but more importantly, I found the wolframite. That was what I was really looking for. That's the tungsten stuff. So that opens up a bunch of other things. That means... yeah. The laterite is available on the starter planet. So I can find aluminium there. It's good that it's here as well if I need it here, but the wolframite is not available on the starter planet, so it has to be gathered here or on the Mars equivalent planet, which is the other one that you might go to as your first exploration from Earth. Sylvia, can you leave the planet. So yeah, I'm on the moon right now. So I started out on Sylvia, which is essentially Earth, and I'm on Disolo now, which is essentially the moon. And then Calidor is the other one that you might go to fairly early on, which is essentially Mars. So let's see if we look at the planets. So you got Sylvia, which is your starting planet. It's basically Earth. Disolo, which is the moon around Sylvia. Calidor, the red planet. Visania, basically Venus. Thick atmosphere, lots of gases. Novus, Glacio, and Atrox. I don't think those ones really have equivalents. It's hard to land on a planet that's not a rocky, and we only have 3, so... So in just a second, I'm going to jump into my little shuttle and go back to my starting base on the Earth planet, Sylvia, with a load of wolframite to be smelted. And I'm going to bring back a bunch of... ammonium, because it's common here on Disolo, and it was available but rare on Sylvia. That is a found resource which I'm going to need, or I'm going to want. Right, so I've got a full stack of tethers in my backpack now. Alright, my backpack is full. Of resources which are either hard to find on Sylvia or impossible. Do I bring the boost mod? Oh. Medium batteries require lithium and zinc. So not I don't have lithium available to me yet. There's no point learning that. But I really do need batteries here on this planet. I wonder if you can grow trees here. There is organic material here. I'm going to leave the boost mod behind, and I'm going to leave a solid booster, because that way, if my rocket burns out when I land here, I have a spare. So that's the spot that the oxygen generator went in on the way here. Now it's free, so we're going to launch to another planet. So here we go, Crow. We've got an idea of the solar system. So I've just left DeSolo, which is the moon of Sylvia. So we've just left DeSolo, and we can see here there's the sun, and there's the other planets. Galaxio, Visania, Novus, Atrox, Calidor. Back to Sylvia. So these are all landing spots where you could, natural landing spots where you could land. Is that, it's hard to see through the cloud. That might be my landing spot. My base. Cloud's covering up the icon, so I can't tell. It says it's a landing pad, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily my base landing pad. Yeah, because there's another landing pad. That's my base there. That's the one we want. These things here are fast travel nodes. There are different numbers on different planets. This one has 4 around the equator and 1 at the north and south poles. There's also one in the center. Ooh, I'm glad that failed. I tried to launch into the atmosphere. Thankfully, I don't have a booster, so it didn't work. That burned up all the fuel there. Alright, smelting wolframite. Completed the mission. Tungsten. Let's see what we get here. Alright, we made the snail terrarium. So that's done there. We can put the horn on the terrarium, which is just over there. So that plays music, and snail pops up. I have to do this dance. Okay. Customization menu. Emotes. He's doing this. No, not the Banks way. Not the chicken dance. Not the Crisp Princess. Not breakdancing. Not Astro style. Lone misses. Single ladies. Would have to be one of the first ones, right? Oh, you like that one? I finally got one that it liked. Now what do I do? Do I bring this thing over to it? Untouchable. Can't touch this. Down, the chicken dance. I'm not sure what it needs at this point. Use terrarium to collect. Ah, there we go. We got it. All right. So now we go and put that in here. New mission, tracking power and gastropod collection. You can put one of these snails on your suit and they like do things. They each have all of the different snails. One snail from each planet has like a different buff or something. Not exactly sure how it all works. All right, to parts unknown. We successfully did a trip to either DeSolo or Calidor. So we'll get the stuff for that. What do we get there? A mini RTG. Definitely take that. That's great. And a field shelter, which is useful if you're setting up on another planet. Prototype recovery. Find a data recorder on DeSolo and blow up the data recorder with some dynamite and retrieve some exochips. I did that. Talking tungsten. Refine wolframite from tungsten. Did that. Aha, that gets us a medium generator. Oh, medium generator is filled. Fill the pinata with ketchup and you'll never have to host a birthday party again. Yeah, love it. Got some bytes for that. Okay, use a diagnostic lab to activate the Xenolabs tracker. Xenobiology labs. Tracker. What have I... DeSolo shells, which is fine because we've got a base on DeSolo and we might have to go there for... And Calidor shells, which makes more sense because I gotta go get it, looking for lithium soon. I think that's on Calidor. Alright, we have wolframite. We have tungsten now. So let's see what we've got there. Xenobiology labs. Very brave new world. As Shakespeare would say, oh, that's that same quote again, Alicia. That's that same one quote that you use over and over and over again. Aluminium and tungsten makes a medium generator. Now, medium generators are far superior to the small generators that I have going on over here. However, medium generators run on carbon, not on raw not on raw organics, and the carbon just is smelted organic. So refined carbon there comes from smelting an organic. I'm not sure. Medium generator produces 9 U's, so that's the equivalent of 4.5 small generators. Which is quite a lot. It's more than you get from a medium wind turbine. It's as much as you get from a medium wind turbine and a medium solar panel combined. But the mechanics... The mechanics to smelt that are a little more complex. The mechanics to run that are a little more complex. Because you have to move from the trees to the smelter and then from the smelter to the generator. But gosh, There's 8 there. 2 medium generators would replace them. And if you put a medium generator on either side of this, and an arm that just delivered directly into this, five user power while active, so a medium generator on either side of that would produce 18, and it burns 5 only in the time that it's actually creating carbon. We can do this. We could do this. So let's start by, what do I need to do to get a large platform? B is going to require 3 resin, and a smelting furnace is going to require another 2 resin. So I need at least 5 resin. 5 resin. Let's start with that. Let's get that going. Get to really reliable power here. Oh, you do like a dash of familiarity. Yeah, I mean, I get that. But I'm sure you could come up with some others. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. The quality of mercy is twice blessed. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven. Out damn spot. What's in a name? Would not a rose by any other name smell as sweet? It is a good quote. I do like the line. I just think that there are an awful lot more that can also get a little light thrown upon them. Methinks the lady doth protest too much. In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me lay an invincible summer. Aha! Do like that one. That's good. Oh, and you had a great one yesterday as well. Do you remember the line the one you had from yesterday? In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me lay an invincible summer. So that's Albert Camus. Is that I don't know Albert Camus. Is Albert Camus is a writer or is he a Shakespeare character? All right, let's see. it's not picking them up if there's nowhere to put them down. Interesting. Albert Camus was a French philosopher and writer known for his absurdist views and notable works. The Stranger and the Plague. He's definitely not a Shakespeare character. Aha. Misunderstood. I thought we were talking Shakespeare lines. Alright, so these two generators are now being perpetually supplied by the trees. This stack of 8 generators here is not getting any more power. We could probably do both, honestly. I'd have to make another auto arm, but we could probably do both. But we're getting 18 out of these two here, and we get 16 out of this stack here. This is cooler. But all of that power, well, I mean, the 18 from the generators is the important bit. I should make another arm there because that's super reliable power. Let's put another arm on that. Auto arm. Yes, the generators are... Well, they're not all set up. But we're in good shape. So I only got 6 of the generators fueled here at the moment. Part of that is that I've set them up wrong. Apparently neither of the auto arms can get to this this item here. Oh, maybe they can. It's just not full. Oh, yep, they can. Oh, look, yep, both. All the generators are running, so we're pulling down 34 power. Remember the game Lemmings? Yes, I remember the game Lemmings. Woohoo, woo! What was the sound they make? Did they say woohoo as they went off the edge? That sounds about right, but I'm not sure. Alright, let's see what else we've got on the list of to-dos. Power is now good here. Oxygen filters. No, I don't really care for oxygen filters. So what have I got active? gather malachite. Let's see what I can do about getting myself a rover. Let's go with the small rover, the smaller rover first. Not a buggy. Not rail. Rail is very cool, but not rail yet. It's a large rover seat. Medium rover. One medium rover requires rubber and plastic. Before I can make rubber and plastic, I'm going to have to make a chemistry lab, which requires ceramic, glass, tungsten. I can make that. Gonna need more resin again. The other thing I want to figure out is making oxygen tank. No. Oxygen generator requires nanocarbon alloys. That's one of the very last things that you're able to produce. Requires a mixture of various alloys. So you're going to be able to make all the alloys to be able to make the nanocarbon alloy. I spent a lot of time on Lemmings way back in the day, Crow. It was a good one. Puzzles to solve. I dig that kind of game. Plan for gathering malachite. Malachite's actually pretty easy here. I just need to go and do it. It's reasonably common in the mountains. But I'm going to wait until I've got myself a medium rover to go and grab that one. It's going to make life a little easier. I should be able to put a drill on the front of that, which is going to make life a whole lot easier to get through things. I don't think I can make a paver yet. So we'll see. But to get to the rover, I'm going to have to first make a chemistry lab. So, chemistry lab is the current plan target, although that is going to have to wait till tomorrow, because it is now 9:36, and it's the first time after 9:20 that I've looked at the clock, and that is time for me to call it a night. This is not a Steam game, so I can't just shift tab and pull up a notes screen. I do like that about the Steam overlay, the ability to leave myself notes on a per game basis, sort of in a way that's almost tied to the game, almost inside the game. That's me out of here for tonight and for the week. Tomorrow I'll be off at trivia. So we're back on Monday with more Astroneer, and we'll pick this up with trying to get a rover built so that I can go into the mountains and find some malachite, make some copper. All right, folks, do you please have a fantastic evening. Don't forget to hug your loved ones and stay curious. Good night.